Los Angeles. Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Tap In with yours truly, the host of Drug Dealers to Businessmen podcast. Duane Cofield, man. It is June. We are all, man, we moving along, man. June 5th, 2023. This is the Weekly Tap In, and I'm tapping in. What's cracking, y'all? Man, been an amazing week as always, man. And this episode is going to be just as amazing, man. For those who were just listening, man, make sure you guys hit the subscription button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the notifications and subscribe. If you're listening on the replay, man, we appreciate you. Even if you listen to this dated, man, this is what we call evergreen content, man. It's timeless. It doesn't matter, right? All these things apply. It's not a moment type thing, right? So this is episode number 29, right? Playing it safe will never get you there. Absolutely not. Playing it safe will never get you there, man. And like I said, every time that I do these episodes, it's usually a reflection of what's going on in my life at that current moment. And that's usually a case to where I'm like, man, what do I do? Do I play it safe? What do I, you know what I mean? Because that's the natural thing, right? Our brain, from what I understand, is trying to protect us. It doesn't want us to fail. It doesn't want us to make mistakes. It doesn't want what's going on, man. God bless you as well, Joe. It doesn't want us to walk into danger, right? The reason why our brain is always like, even with the 5 second rule, is because it's trying to protect us, right? So, with that being said, oftentimes we miss out on opportunities because we're trying to play it safe, even though we know that may be our guts telling us, like, man, this is that one, dog. This is that one you need to make. This is that move you need to make, killer. And we like, nah, right? We blow it off. And we're like, nah, man, you know what? I'm gonna just do this. Right. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, I'm like, I'm looking through the history books, homie. What's going on? What's going on, Lewis? Appreciate you tapping in, man. And I'm going through the history books and I'm looking for people who played it safe, right? And I'm like, I can't find them. What's going on, Tanisha? Appreciate you tapping in. You better do it. Um, Make sure you guys subscribe to Tanisha Talks, man. She's got a dope. Lewis, if you got a subscription too, man. Anybody who has any type of podcast or anything, my stuff is so cool. Like, you know how some people won't promote other people's stuff on their shows and podcasts. Like, go listen to this. That's that's counter game, homie. That's blocking my blessings if I tell you guys not to go listen to somebody who may give you a different perspective on life and just as potent, right? In terms of the advice, man. So check people out. And I have no quarrels with that. Put your links in the comments, whatever. I'm good with that, right? My whole thing is, how do we change the world? And I can't take an audience with me when I'm gone. So we might as well pass people on and put people up on constant game, right? It should be a game exchange. Every time we meet, every time we talk, every time we come on this podcast, it should be a game exchange, right? That's the way I feel. Iron sharpens iron. That's the only way we can get sharp, is if we tell each other the things that make us sharp and not keep it a secret. Like, I know this secret, but I don't want anybody to compete with me, so I'm gonna keep it tucked. That's the wrong approach to life, homie. You can't win like that, right? I often use the analogy of the cup. I'm gonna just walk through the party with my with my cup like this. I ain't gonna drink none because I don't want nobody to see me drinking it. I ain't gonna give nobody none because I don't know if they got any more at the bar, right? So I'm gonna just walk around here with this cup. And the crazy part about it is that's all you'll ever get is that, right? And that's the thing about it. Game is my opinion, right? Everything I always want to preface that one. Game is supposed to be traded, not sold. Traded, right? If you don't know how to do something yet, gain it, right? Go out there, mingle, figure it out, get in public, etc., etc. But figure out some game. I was chilling, talking to my relative earlier. You know what I'm saying? She put me up on a lot of lease game and all this stuff, what to look out for, if something's a good deal or not. And that's because she had to go through it, right? She went through some stuff that helped her knowledge wise, like me as well. Starting a business, I'm always really give good advice on initiating. Like, fuck it, you don't have to be perfect to go out the gate. And the sooner you realize that is, build, get people to believe in your product and then go from that point. So with that being said, um you a lot of people are always talking about, oh man, I gotta you got to buy this, you got to buy my bug, this and this and this and that, and all of it's, and I get it. Don't get me wrong. The hustle, the leg work, the footwork, whatever you want to call it, the sweat equity, whatever it is, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's all God based. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. It's all God centered and God based. So, God's giving it to you, or He's putting you in a position to retain that information, nonetheless, whatever the case may be. So, I'm always putting cats up on game. You guys know I do it on a weekly basis. What I'm reading, you could be reading. I'm not going to wait until I'm read it and figured it out and mastered everything. Oh, here you go. That doesn't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? So, with this episode, this episode is about stepping out on things, right? Trying things that scare you. And like I was saying before, I kind of got digressed. I've been looking through history to find people that are successful that have played it safe, went the safe route. I'm talking about ultra successful, you know what I'm saying, or even moderately successful. You know what I mean? And I start to go back to my transcripts of life, right? Make sure you guys check that episode out. When I look over my life transcripts, I see that the only time that I really, really got what I wanted was when I just said F it and went after it, irrespective of the chances of success or not. Right? It is when I trusted the universe, or when I said, oh, okay, I'm gonna try it anyways. Even though the odds, like even my wife was in a relationship when I first started courting her. I didn't know. I was like, when she told me, and I was like, okay. And I was patient. I'm like, okay, well, you know what I mean? You're the one. Whether you realize it or not, and that's how I am with dreams. Like, okay, you're the one. It may not look like it now, right? It may not be in that form at the time, but that doesn't mean that you can't go after it, right? Because you tell yourself no a lot of times, and we do that often, right? We tell ourselves no before we even have a chance to get it off. Oh no, you can't do this. I don't know if I can. Let me try. Let me exercise all my resources, because I know one thing. Me looking at the history of everybody who's achieved success, they gambled. They were betting people. They tried it. They put their last bucks forward and said, if all else fails, I can go do this, whatever this safety net is, right? I can go deliver pizzas. I can go work at a liquor store. I can go do it. I could do sales again. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you only have one opportunity to do this one thing, right? This one thing that deep down inside is going to set you apart. It's going to set your whole family to a different trajectory. You know what it is. But deep down inside, you're basing your decisions on your current circumstances. Man, I got a negative $5 in my account. I can't start a business. Why can't you? First step is clean your credit up. Tapped in with the homie. He told me what it's going to take to get a business loan, man. You need whoop-de-whoop credit score. You need that. Okay. That's doable. Everything's doable as long as you do it in small incremental chunks. You don't have to bite off the whole thing. You don't have to start the entire business today. You can just go develop your logo in Canvas. Matter of fact, you can just go subscribe to Canva. I mean, just do that. Let me just go see what D talking about. I saw the homegirl, well, actually, it's my family. She was doing all her designs on Canva for her business. I'm like, man, this is where it's at, homie. We got to make moves like this. Why can't we? You could take destiny in your hand and start making it. Not one step is one step. 1% is 1%. Over the course of a period of time, it starts to add up. You dig what I'm saying? Can be positive, incrementally positive. So what is it that's scaring you? Right? What is it that you playing safe? Like, you know what, man, I do want to be a doctor. I really wanted to be an attorney, but shit, man, I settled for this job, and I've been kicking it here, and it's paying the bills. It's cool. I low key hate Mondays though. Then what you want to do? Sometimes you gotta just say, man, I'm going after it, dog. Sink or swim. Shit, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just do this. Sink or swim. I don't, and I realized that everything. Okay, try this. LA. Went out here on some gambling. Was out here. Okay, let me work my way into the market. Okay, got my way into the market, got my foot in the door. The first time I got my foot in the door, they told me no. Same station told me no. Apartment complex. I told myself no before I even applied for the apartment complex. End up moving there later anyways, stayed there for 6 years, and it got us to the house we at today. I'm telling you, destiny, there's a quote that talks about how the universe rewards, what do they call it? Rewards the man, I can't think of the term, but the universe rewards those who take chances. And there's a the vegan slut lady. She's got a video that's on my Facebook, and I'll share it with you guys. I shared it on TikTok, and I'll share it with you guys on Drug Dealers to Businessmen page, so you guys can see what she talks about. But I'll kind of summarize it. Basically, what she says is you have to take chances. She's like, she's taking every chance that she sees an opportunity for, because that's where the victory is. It's in those chances, right? And she was talking about mud. She was like, man, throw up a bunch of stuff against the wall and see what sticks, but something eventually will. Right. That's why you have to try so many things and and kind of tune out the people that try to tell you to limit yourself to one particular career. You can only do this. You should only be doing that. Man, you need to figure out what works for you until it works for you. That's the way I see things. Figure out what works for you until it works for you, right? Because some things you may try for a little while, like, you know what, this shit ain't working. Or I haven't given it enough time, or I haven't given it enough attention, budget, et cetera, et cetera. I haven't done enough for it, but I will, right? So that's another thing that you have to do is commit to it, right? I heard somebody say the other day, give your business 20 to 40 minutes every single day, even if you got other job or whatever the case may be. And many of us have to have employment because we got to pay the bills, right? But we have this deep down burning desire to do something else, to try it, right? The one thing that I will say is, man, I'm not going to my grave with, damn, I should have tried. Like my wife, I'm like, I wasn't going out. I'm like, I should have tried to talk to her. I talked to her, took the rejection, kept talking to her, and we got 2 kids. So, not saying like that, but I'm saying it like that. You gotta know what's in your heart and say, I don't care what the circumstances are. I know what's in my heart. I know what God put on my head to do XYZ, right? We've been talking about a restaurant. I'm really pursuing it now. Like really going through the thing and like the highs and lows. Like I ain't even started those yet. My relative, she told me about that. You're gonna be going through highs, and I'm like, okay, like a roller coaster. Right? You can look at it from a distance and try to imagine what they're going through, but it's not until you get your ass into that cart and get on one of them hills and really feel like, okay, now I understand what you guys are going through, but now I also understand the excitement that you're feeling as well with life. Right? Think about Jeff Bezos. Think about some of these larger businesses. Not even talking about all Caucasians. You talk about what's his name, Johnson, who started Ebony with a check from his grandmother or something like that. Started it and just on some mail order type stuff because he had worked for a company, insurance company. He had this list of all these black neighborhoods. So he took advantage of what he had at that time. These are the stories that really inspire you that somebody said, man, I'm taking a chance, dog. I'm about to put my chip on this one. And the chip has my name on it, right? And the chip has my name. I ain't put my chip on Caesars, MGM, and nothing like this. This has D money on my shit. It says my name on there. That's the one God, okay, how much we putting on this? Whatever I got, right? Because it can make me a millionaire. And I'll look back and say, damn, I'm glad I gambled on that. Because I could have played it safe. I could have made $40,000, $50,000 for the rest of my damn life. You add that up for 30 years, it ain't nowhere near a meal ticket. It might be. Well, let me see. It might be. Whatever. But I'm saying though, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I could do it now and whatever, right? They always there's another piece of advice they say. They say take advice from somebody. It's better to take advice from somebody who lost $1 million than to take advice from somebody who never had it. Because the person who never had it doesn't know how to get it. The person who lost it had it before, and they know how to get it again. So you want to take advice from somebody who's actually done that, right? So I'm open to all ears. I've been looking. This has been a project going on for 2 to 3 years. I've been looking at places. We've been cooking, testing the recipe. We got that down. Getting the catering down. Now we're like, you know what? What's happening? Right? The business, we starting to advertise more. We starting to do a lot more because I'm like, you know what? You got to let the universe know you dead ass serious. You have to. If it thinks you playing, it's just gonna play with you. It ain't gonna give you what you really want unless you really test it to say, this is what I really want. This is what I'm about to do to get it. I need you to get my back fade, please. I need you to come through with stuff that I didn't even think about. I need you to come through with resources that I didn't even know existed. I need you to come with time, man. Give me time to get this done, right? Give me the angels, right? If I got to go through this and this and that, I got to go through all this red tape. Give me the angels to get me through that, dog. Please do. And you watch, man, that stuff's going for. I'm telling you right now, because I'm speaking my shit into existence, right? I'm talking about it now. I'm speaking it into existence. Period. That's why I'm not telling you guys to brag. I remember the homie got his truck. He was talking about, I was like, homie, and he's like, man, I watched, like, man, don't give me that credit. That's God. But he got it. And he doing it. And I talked to him. And I talked to him beforehand and I talked to him afterwards. And that's the most beautiful thing is watching the homie gamble and hit. Right. But it wasn't on no luck shit. It was on some universe stuff. Right. It wasn't lucky, is it? No, you trusted the universe, man, and put your best foot forward, and it rewarded you for as such. That's what we have to get on, right? We got to test ourselves, man. Life is much more than just saying, all right, cool. We just gonna sit here. Man, there's people that wish they could, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, we got a hell of an opportunity. We got a hell of an opportunity to do a lot. Why can't we? What's holding us back? Statistics, people, ourselves for the most part. It's usually ourselves that holds us back because we have these doubts. Oh man, you don't know how to, man, you can't. Oh man, you don't really know. That's kind of hard, dog. Well, where you gonna get the money from? Did you gotta start looking? You got a good enough idea, somebody will put some money behind it. Period. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta if you sweet with your execution, people put money behind you. Right? You got to do enough favors for enough people to even have a list that you can go to for that. Right? And then ultimately, you got to pray and hustle. And the thing about it is, it's not always about hard work because, like I said before, if it was about hard work, construction workers would be millionaires. Right? So it's not about hard work always per se. It's about attracting what you want to become. It's about attracting what you want. So you got to start to put your things forward in life to say, okay, let me attract this stuff. Let me attract the resources that I need by showing the universe I'm dead ass serious. How could I show the universe I'm dead ass serious? By walking towards my goal and making every stop that I need to stop, right? Going to do recon, right? And I've been to restaurants. I'm looking around. I went to another one, popped in. They wasn't open yet. I'm all in their kitchen. I'm looking at their toast stuff, right? Looking at the necessaries. I'm like, okay. We can do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go look at their window, their door again. I'm like, okay, we can do that. You feel what I'm saying? It's not. It's less intimidating when you go see somebody else do it. You're like, okay, that's all we need. Yeah, that's all you need. Okay, well, what are we gonna be able to? You don't even know what the universe is getting ready to do for you. It loves people that gamble. You see how it rewards those, not the gambling in the casino, but the ones who gamble against doubt, right? The ones who say, you know what, I'm betting against doubt. I don't care how many people who have failed before me. Now, I'm not going to go on no suicide mission and try to climb Mount Everest or some shit like that. But at the same time, I don't care what the statistics say. They haven't met me yet, right? And let me be the one that defies all odds, right? Because odds are just that. Somebody with speculation has nothing to do with miracles or God or your execution or what's coming to you in terms of your bag. Right? They just speculate. Well, the odds are against you. The odds are against whoever you guys were talking about before me. You don't know who I am. You don't know what relationship I have with God. You don't know what we've been through already. You don't know what we're about to do. Right? So you can't tell me what odds say, man. They talk about that recidivism in terms of going back to the pen. Only 15%. Well, shit, I could tell you where you need to put my name on this side. Oh, well, my ass. You got to have that kind of faith. You know what I'm saying? That, hey, man, it's going to get done, homie. Period. I'm going to do it. It might take me longer than I thought it would, but damn it, it will get done. Period. And you got to, and the tools. This is the thing about it. Before you'll have a little inkling of what you want to do. Like we say, okay, we tested it, man. I told you kind of how we started the whole restaurant thing. We went I had some chicken that wasn't that great and got et cetera, and came back home and the rest is history, right? And then we start slowly but surely buying the stuff. And I'm not knowing what we're getting ready to do. I just know we need to keep going, right? We getting more coolers, we getting fryers, we now we're doing festivals, right? So this is gonna be, and we're doing the Inglewood Festival on Father's Day. It's gonna be a big event for us, right? One of our biggest. We're gonna find out what we're really made of. And then we're just taking our steps towards that. But the whole time, accumulating game. Bought a book on restaurant management. You guys remember when I bought that book? You can look on here about a year ago. It's been sitting there and it's appropriate now, right? That's the crazy part about God, man. He put stuff in your tool bag way before you need it. Way before you need it. You don't even think about it. Like, I don't need this. He like, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, you get to that corner over there, you're gonna need to. So let me give you this now. Right. So let me give you this now so that you don't have to look for it. You know where it is. At the moment, this is how God works. You don't know what you're gonna need it for. You have no idea. But and you never know how many other people you can help with this thing. Right? The same way my relative is blessing me with her game. I'm like, okay, so how can I repay it? Now my intent is to figure out how I can get you right. Because I really appreciated that. And you got to have that same kind of intent and understand the karmic results of your actions. So you need to put your best foot forward. Stop doing dirt. Stop talking down to people. Keep that energy clean, right? So that you can attract that. Once you start to getting polluted and stuff like that, it's hard to attract that kind of positive, progressive type energy, right? That's going to move you forward towards your dreams, right? Because this is a hard thing to do, is really accomplish your dream. That's hard. That's why most people tap out. They're like, man, I can't. Man, it's hard. Yeah, I know. It is. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard. But it's beautiful once you do it, right? So you got to sit there and say to yourself, man, I'm taking my chance no matter what. You know what I mean? And don't blame me. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. So if it doesn't, if things don't matriculate the way you like them to, there was a mental block that you didn't really believe you could. I took the steps. I went and physically manifested the thing. There's a difference, right? I tell people all the time, man, you want to live in a certain neighborhood, go familiarize yourself with the grocery store, the schools, how to get there, what's popping in the neighborhood. You don't have to live there immediately, but you preparing yourself. You telling the universe, hey, homie, I'm dead ass serious. I'm about to move. Like I'm like we go to this restaurant out in Newport Coast, and they got a place called Pelican Hill. You look at them houses are based on my bank account right now. The average person be like, man, shit, I ain't never, right? But look at LeBron James, look at Jay-Z. They could have probably said the same thing when they was in their position of next to poverty, right? Hove came from the projects, LeBron James came from kind of a broken home, whatever the case may be, and they're billionaires. They'll sneeze at Pelican Hill. Like, man, how many do I want to get? And at that time, when it was in their periphery, they couldn't fathom it. So my thing is, you got to get prepared, right? Like I told you guys, the apartment, the one we got that got us to this place right here, I went and drove by that neighbor. I used to drive through there all the time, even when we didn't live there, all the time. And I felt it. And that's what you got to do. You got to get that kind of energy, man. Like, man, I see this place. I'm on it. This us. And embrace it and realize that it's going to take time. But just you got to see it. You got to feel it. Everything is energy, homie. Everything is energy. So if you got people, that's the thing too. So like some people have bad energy. So you can run things off them, even though they can't penetrate you, as long as you keep your stuff tight and not get into the mud with them. Keep your stuff smooth. But at the same time, their energy, their energy can throw yours off a little bit, right? Especially if you run something by them, right? They just got this bad type energy, man. You can't, I don't know what to do with you. Be careful with that, right? Because it could eventually start to um I guess you would say kind of spread doubt to you, right? Because even their response, even though it may seem legit, like they're really happy, you know deep down inside, like, nah, they ain't. And you can't vibe with that. That's not your spiritual business, as Les Brown says. But you have to feel it and turn away a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And kind of Heisman that, right? To a certain extent. And the reason being is because you got to protect your dream at all costs. Right? Dame Dash said the same thing. You can't I let me poke holes in it before you do. Right? That was one of the problems that I had another family member that was supposed to be more of a mentor type. And whenever he poke holes in it. I don't know if it was because of what, and that's what I didn't realize. Like this might have been just because you having a badass day or whatever the case may be. And you got to be careful who you run stuff by. You want to run stuff by people, one, who understand, two, who know that you need to learn, right? That's another key, right? Don't talk to people who are gonna give you, oh, I want to give you my expert opinion, right? And I'm saying to myself, well, how the fuck did you get this expert opinion? You had to go through some stuff to learn too, right? So why don't you just encourage me so that I can get those books too? Right? Because a lot of times we're trying to avoid reading those books of experience. We got to go through some shit sometimes, homie. That's just what it is. So those books of experiences that you can't go find in a library, because everybody's is uniquely different. You gotta go for yours on certain things, and just say, you know what? I'm gonna just learn, and I'm gonna leave the manual. I don't need to read it first, because if I read it first, I might not ever get out this damn gate. I may not ever even try. I gotta almost be delusional and crazy to really be successful, because everything around me, including my circle, the news, you name it, trying to tell me otherwise. Man, the statistics, man, ain't go whoop, whoop, whoop. Man, you don't, I keep going back to it. You don't know me. You don't know my destiny, right? This stuff wouldn't be itching at me, right? I'd be looking for basic right now, but I'm never looking for basic. I'm always looking for that challenge of what more can the world give me? Because I'm gonna give it back to you, right? I'm a talk about, I'll promote the universe, all that stuff. But what you gonna give me, man? You got to give me something to promote. You got to show me some miracles so that I can promote miracles are still popping. That's my thing. Like, man, homie, let me show you better than I can tell you. That's the beautiful situation about the world and God that give you that opportunity. You can be the guinea pig. Just go out there and walk on faith, dog. Make that leap and take that jump, right? And even if you bust your ass, you can still tell people, I jumped though. What have you done lately? And just in case they question like, why you do that, homie? What? Why you got whoa, whoa, whoa? No, 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 no. I playing it safe. You still die. You might as well go for the gusto. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Playing it safe, you still get the same amount of time. I just played it safe, man. I ain't taking no chances. I'm good. Yeah. And the people that play it safe never fail. So they don't know what failure feels like. They don't understand it as part of the process and the recipe. So you better fail on some other stuff so you can start to practice. Right? I used to tell people that all the time, man. When I interview, right? That's why I got good at the interview in college. Because I started saying, F it, man. I don't care if I get this job or not. I'm about to just practice with your ass. Manager, let me see here. And I'm just like, man, if you don't hurry your ass up, because I don't even really want this job. I'm really just practicing. You feel what I'm saying? I don't, you if you want to give it to me, cool, but shit. I mean, I don't really care. You know, when you and when you go on with that type of attitude, that's when like you can't worry about it. Universe is gonna reward you for that, right? You've known that. We've seen that in school, right? Who gets rewarded? The ones who don't give a you know what? They don't care. They get rewarded. You're like, man, how did he make it? Everybody gets hit through. He made it confidently. And we gotta be like that too. And understand the universe is trying to help us. It ain't trying to hurt us. So why are we scared to make moves? Right? Why are we scared to take chances? Playing it safe will never get you there. It will never get you there. It won't even get you there on a parking space. Right? Playing it safe will have your ass way out there somewhere, right? But hitting that corner, like, you know what? I'm about to get have you with the perfect spot. You just gotta gamble a little bit. And I'm learning that with life, man. You just gotta gamble a little bit. You gotta put a little over here, trying over there. You don't know where it might pop, but it's gonna pop somewhere as long as you get it off. So you got to figure it out. Pay the money, right? Somebody know how to do it. The homie do credit. Pay him gladly. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to cut corners on cat. You want that blessing to come back to you, right? Buy that book. I bought the homie book. Man, what do you want? I'm getting everything. I understand that. I did a quote. I said, nobody understands support until you need it. Right? And when's the last time we supported? Shout out to Tanisha. Tanisha always supporting us. Buying chicken. How about hello chicken from us? And I appreciate that. Don't ever get it twisted, right? One of our first and gave us feedback on our first rip. Dig that. Now y'all need to season a little bit more. Thank you for letting us know and not just saying the shit was good just to try to appease me. Then you wouldn't be the homie. So my thing is, you feel what I'm saying? Said just practicing. I get that. I'll feel my channel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Until you find your groove. I got with this live. I'm almost 200 episodes. 200. Think about that. 200 lives. Like 1, 2, 3. You keep going. This is practice. Life is practice. So why are we taking it like it's all a test? One of them might be a test, and we might pass with A's. But shit, playing it safe. Nah. Mm-mm. This is practice, right? And if you look at it like that, you'll play, and I'm not saying go reckless, right? There's a difference between playing it safe and being reckless. I'm not suggesting by any means to be reckless, but I am suggesting don't sit there and think the universe is going to come to your door with your bag and say, here, like Santa Claus. No, he like, man, meet me outside. Where at? Over there by where your dream is. Oh, over there? Damn, I gotta go over there. Yeah, you gotta go over there, homie. You gotta go get dressed, put your shoes on, man. You gotta go over there to your dream. I'll meet you over there. Damn, that means I gotta walk through this neighborhood. I gotta go through here. Yeah, man, you gotta go through all that, man. But I'm over here though. So if you want this bag, I'm over here with it. Over there where your dream is, right? Yeah, you turn left here, right, hang another right, go through the dungeon, the fields, the half fields, the not knowings. Yeah, you got to go through the not knowings. You got to go through the old shits. You got to go through all those neighborhoods, but right over there where your dream is. It's still over there kicking. Nobody's going to listen. It's in such a unique spot that nobody can ever take it from you. So it'll always be sitting there. The question is, do you want to go to it? Do you want to go through these neighborhoods to get through it? Or do you want to figure out a shortcut to hop and actually hop over everything that would actually teach you how to hold on to this? You want to just bypass all these neighborhoods that's going to give you game, right? These experiences that might tighten you up, that's going to allow you to keep your dream. I'm not giving you a shortcut. I got detours, potholes, stoplights that don't work, traffic lights, punk ass, you know what's. I got all that lined up for you. Get started. But I'll remind you, I have your bag right over there with it. So this is the thing, and this is the deal that we make with God and the universe. Like, hey, homie, you're gonna have to go through some stuff. It's just a part of the game. You're gonna have to go through a lot, as a matter of fact, as just part of the game. But playing it safe will never get you there. So let's go gamble, y'all. I know I am. And you ain't got to go bet the house. I ain't saying that, man. You could take small fades, right? You don't have to bet a whole lot. You could take smaller fades, but I'm saying you better start somewhere. You better start with something, right? You better put some skin in the game, man, and the universe gonna think you bullshitting. And that's not cool either, right? You ain't got no skin in the game. You ain't putting nothing up. I know you serious. You just trying to see if I'm serious or not. That's what you're trying to test the universe. I'm just trying to see if you really gonna do. You gonna put some money up first? I ain't going in my pocket if you ain't. Nah, homie, you have to. You got to trust and know the universe got your back. It's gonna deliver what you asked for. But again, so way over there, all through them neighborhoods. So you guys remember the Warriors, right? Remember all them neighborhoods they went through to finally get to Coney Island? All my Warriors, my Warriors heads on here to finally get to Coney Island. Watch that movie. If you haven't seen the Warriors, that's gonna be that would probably be the best description of achieving your dreams. Woo! They get rushed, bamboozled, they getting jumped, you name it. But when they get to Coney Island, it is a sight for sore eyes, right? That's their hood. That's where they kick it at. They know it like the back of their hand. So when you get to your dreams, you don't know what it looks like. It's gonna feel good and look good. That will conclude our weekly tap in for this week. Man, I hope y'all sincerely enjoyed this one, man. I try to bring it as always. And as always, I ask you guys a favor. Please share this with somebody who you think may benefit from something like this. In addition to that, go ahead and hit the subscription and the like. And if you have the time and you're kind enough, please leave us a review. Reviews are really hard to come by, man. They're damn near impossible. So those who have left us a review, man, it's love. Those who are planning to leave us a review, it's love. And those who haven't and don't plan on leaving us a review, it's still love, right? So one of the things I want to leave y'all with was got a couple books. I'll show you guys the one I looked at last time. Then I added a couple, man. So you guys got a little treat. I added some that are pretty good. Actually, Anthony DeMello. Let me go ahead and get you guys. I'm just trying to get to my library. Just be patient with your partner. But I always want to give you guys some value in terms of books, man. This is because if we ain't if we're not advancing, then we're going backwards, right? So I'll show you guys what this looks like. So this one is pretty good. I just got this one. Listening to it's kind of short, but it's really good. It's called Stop Fixing Yourself. I still got an hour left. And then I bought The Magic. And The Magic is about gratitude. That's what it's really about. It's still under the same lines as The Secret, but it's all about being gracious for what you have, right? And I'm a firm believer in that the more gracious you are with the things that you have, the more you'll receive, right? And it's not about monetary or material things, but it is about attracting things, right? And understanding what those things are and what they do for us mentally and also for our family as well. So these two, Stop Fixing Yourself, Wake Up All as Well, is a great book for those who always think that we got to constantly improve ourselves. It will definitely give you a different perspective on improvement, right? So because you know, you see people with that all the time that do plastic surgery. It never ends. It's crazy. It's a psychological thing, and the more happy we are with ourselves and realizing that we are enough, man, sky's the limit. So those are my two suggestions for this week, man. I hope you guys gonna rock with me next week, man. I appreciate it as always. Tapping out.